Hello, my name is Chi Kim, and I'm from Massachusetts. And I'm here today to just share a little bit of my story. I'm an immigrant, came to the United States when I was 3 years old, and my parents actually earned their citizenship and our citizenship in the process in 1976 during the centennial and bicentennial. And one of the things that they made very clear to us is that the United States is a place of unlimited possibilities and dreams. And in that, they made sure that we were always active in service and really able to share ways in which we can give back. And so, with that, I became a teacher in 1990. And sadly, I've lost several students to gun violence over the course of the years. And after that, I interviewed for my first principalship in California. And the day of my interview for becoming a principal was the day of the Columbine shooting. And that forevermore changed the way educators were viewing school, the way parents actually thought about sending their children to school. I did get the job as a principal. And in that following year, after Columbine, we were required with earthquake drills, fire drills, and safety drills to have live shooter and active shooter drills. I was the principal of a kindergarten through second grade school. And if you can just imagine what that's like as an educator, to have to do those drills in schools with 8 to 9 year olds and trying to explain what that is. And so I did something that maybe was not the best choice, but for us in that moment, the year after Columbine, we had these active shooter drills, but we actually called them stranger drills. And actually, at some point in time, I think I may have even said there was a rabid dog on campus. Those were the things that we were drilling for. And then when I became a superintendent, it was Sandy Hook. And I think just the despair from the years from Columbine to Sandy Hook and the lack of measures to prevent such tragedies has been just heartbreaking across every educator I know, and really just trying to day to day educate young people, be in community with local school districts. And I think, frankly, one of the major pieces of information that I wanted to share with you is once that happens and we start making these into a normal activity. I have three daughters who attend middle and high school, and they're a part of the active drills as well. It's all over the country. You can't go to the shopping mall, you can't go to school, you can't go grocery shopping, airports, everywhere across our great country. We are in fear of being shot at randomly going to restaurants. And I think there's some way in which we actually can make a difference. We are counting on Congress to actually have the ability, you have the ability to make sure that there are safe laws in place for background checks, for making sure that there are, building ways in which we can start building community. All the shooters that we've seen in these communities that are just heartbreaking, there's a lack of sense of belonging. How do we belong to our communities? How do we feel like we belong in our communities? How do we have conversations so that we are not tearing each other apart, but we are actually building community, changing laws, creating legislation and policies for our common good? And in my current role, working through as the CEO of Pure Edge, we actually work with state agencies and school districts across the country. And the heartache and the anxiety and the stress of all of our educators across the country, it's palpable. And when you think just in the last decade that the number two cause of death for 10 to 25-year-olds was suicide, and now it's guns. I just worry that we are just creating a society in which we are going to spiral into a place of darkness. And I think that we all together, collectively, with Congress's help, can change hearts, can change minds when we focus on our common good and our humanity. It's our humanity in which we hope that you will actually do the right thing. We hope it's our humanity that you will make decisions that are best for all of us, our children, our families, our communities, each other. And across the divides, really just focusing on the fact that we want to be able to live and breathe and work and share and be of service, but we want to do it in a safe way when Congress passes common sense legislation that will keep our children safe, our families safe, and our communities safe. And with that, I thank you.